Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everyone for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening in the podcast. It is June 8th, Saturday, 2024. As you can see, I'm not in my usual space. I'm actually in a hotel room because I came down to Florida this weekend to visit my family. But as I just checking out the news and what's happening, I saw that there is a story trending regarding the recently crowned Miss Alabama, I believe. She is a plus size woman who was crowned Miss Alabama and has become the target of many bullies and ugly jokes that people are making about her weight. I know, guys, I can totally relate to her. I know a lot of stuff um, that people use to attack people who are plus size or have some type of eating disorder. They say because she's plus size, she shouldn't have never won the crown of Miss representing any state, let's just say. And she's calling her very unhealthy, obese, and that they shouldn't be glorifying that. Let me tell you, I don't believe by crowning somebody on her size, meaning that they're glorifying obesity. I don't think this is the case. If anything, it's basically saying, hey, even though you're not size 2, like we still like you for your beauty, for who you are, right? And I'm sure not just the physical is validated for this type of awards. I think there's a lot that goes into it. That's why they ask the contestants questions and things that they want to do with their career, and if they have volunteer work and things like that. It's more than just the appearance. But because we live in a society that hates people who are overweight, that's just the reality. Okay, this society hates that, and they see people who are overweight or obese, they call them lazy without even thinking. A lot of people can gain weight just by being on a medication, right? Having some type of health condition, having it could have been anything, but people don't see it like that. The minute they see somebody who's overweight, who is obese or dealing with obesity, they immediately assume that person all they do is sleep all day and eat cake and ice cream. They don't do anything with their life, and that's such a misconception. It needs to stop, okay? For this Miss Alabama to be attacked so much, she just won the crown, and to be attacked so much because of her size is crazy. Nobody like people Nobody knows that she might be in a weight loss journey. Just because she's that size doesn't mean that she wants to keep herself that way. And like I said, and if that's the case, you guys know that there's other things that go into crowning somebody Miss representative for any other state, right? There's more than just the appearance. But like I said, such a misconception that goes on, a discrimination at the same time. You really don't know um, like, just because somebody is skinny doesn't mean that they are healthy. The people call them healthy, and I don't mean healthy in their body. There's a lot of people who look beautiful. You ever met, like, I have met people who are just beautiful. Like, you guys know, I work in the fashion industry, and I deal with a lot of people who are very body conscious and like external awareness type of person, and they think they're up here mentally because they go to the gym, they exercise, and they keep a good healthy diet. And if you think about it, all of that is just an appearance. And then you get to meet them, right? You hear them out, because that's how you get to know people. You hear them out. You know what the heart is full of the minute they start speaking to you. And you're like, oh my goodness, this lady is so beautiful in appearance, but she has a very dark, evil heart, and you get to know people like that because when you talk to them like that. But people celebrate appearance, okay? And it's so crazy, me being a fashion designer, talking about these things. And I always said this because once you get that revelation, there's more to that than just an appearance. There are people who are gorgeous and they're size 2, and people always like, oh, you have the perfect body. There's no such thing as the perfect body. Stop telling people that, okay? There's no such thing as that. There's a lot of people, and I'm gonna say whatever I'm saying here, I know it's gonna hit deep, and I know people are gonna come for me. There's a lot of healthy people who keep a very healthy physical weight who die right now and will go straight to hell. That's just the reality of it. But this world celebrates people like that, right? Because of what they look. We're so quick to say, look at her, she has the perfect life, the perfect body, because they always say to somebody who does, oh, you're such a good person, look at you eating healthy and doing all of that. And these people die right now and go straight to hell because their heart is evil. Everything they do is about competing with somebody else. They envy what somebody else's have. They think they're better than everybody because they maintain a healthy weight. That's the other thing. It goes to their head. It's this proudness, the pride of life. They think that shaking all the marks that society will never call them out on. They think that they gaining the game of life. They think they're over here compared to everybody else, and then because of that they look down on people. That's the other thing that happens, and it's the pride. And a heart that's full of pride is so detestable in the eyes of the Lord. God hates pride. So imagine putting somebody down just because they don't look size 2. That's crazy. Okay. And then the assumption that comes from all of that. Okay, do you need to take care of your body? Of course. Do you need to exercise? Of course. But like I said many times, as an adult, you shouldn't be walking around telling people what they should be doing, because especially to another adult, everybody owns a mirror. Okay, if an adult person has not had a conversation with you about weight, you shouldn't be giving them advice about something that they never asked you in the first place. Because what you're doing is, not only you're giving unsolicited advice, but you think you're so proud, you're so higher in life that you feel like, they need me to share something like that, even though you don't even have that kind of relationship with that person. Like that had never been discussed before. And it's so crazy because people who say things like that, they're attacking Miss Alabama about it. They think it's almost like, when I see things like that, I'm not comparing the people's struggles, let's just say, but that story in the Bible, when they come and they say to Jesus, this lady done all of this, there's always going to be people who accuse you because you're not doing life the way they expect you to do. Apparently they think they're God, right? There's another pride thing, right? They separate people into groups and they underestimate people based on what they look, right? They misunderestimate and put people in buckets. The people who are healthy in their eyes, right? Because even skinny people do deal with sickness and diseases and things like that. And they think because so-and-so goes to the gym and she has the perfect weight, whatever that means, that person is better than somebody who is, let's just say, obese, but she reads the Bible and is trying to get closer to the Lord. That person is horrible because look at her size, right? And that's a very judgmental mind and a very prideful heart, and that's how you get to know people. When you can see them, the way, if you get to meet somebody new and you see how they react to people in public and they make comments about what somebody's eating, or how somebody can struggle just going up the stairs, that tells you that, like, not only they're insecure, but they think that they're so high in life. They have such a prideful heart. Keep looking outside the window. So they have such a prideful heart that they think, oh, you're doing good. They'll say I hear them say that. They will never say that to me, obviously, because of my size, but they say to other people, she's such a good person. Look at her. Goes to the gym, always eating salad. She's such a good person. It's like, okay, do you even care what God has to say about that? Do you really know who somebody is in their heart? They might have evil deeds in their hearts. You don't even know that. And who are you to walk around telling people they're good, right? The same thing when they brought that lady to Jesus, as the story I was saying. They always want to say, this lady done this and that. In the law of Moses, they say we should be, throwing stones at her or something. And Jesus didn't really answer that directly. he just wrote in the sand, whoever is free of sin cast the first stone. And it's so crazy because the whole thing that's in the Bible is for us to pay attention. You just stop running and like checking what somebody's doing to say, um, look at them, look at what they do. Like, they're horrible, they're so far away from the Lord. That's crazy. One thing is when God reveals something to you about somebody and you want to have like a conversation with them, but like to put them down based on what they look like because of you think that without even knowing like how they are at home, or they have a medication that's making them gain weight, right? Like I said, it could be so many other things, but there's an assumption whoever is obese or overweight, they immediately assume that that person is lazy, and they completely underestimate somebody based on that. And they might be in a position of leadership, but because that person is obese, they will never even look at that person to give them some type of opportunity, because look at her, she doesn't even take care of, that's what they say, they don't even take care of that. But that person that they look so highly of, because on the appearance they look always healthy, you go, like, let's just say, and not everybody's like that, obviously, you look at them and they have a shopping addiction, right? They envy everything that somebody says. They feel guilty if they eat something because they want to maintain the status of, they're such a good person because they keep a good healthy weight. And they are obsessed with image. That's another thing, right? They have made image their pride. The gym is their pride, and they have an idol on that, right? Because they get so much feedback of how they look in the appearance, that has become their idol. So that means they're idol worshippers, right? But they're good people, they're healthy, they're great, alive, because they get applauded by society because of that, right? I don't want to make this video too long, but there's so many things about this. I think that crowning Miss Alabama, I don't think that's glorifying obesity at all. I think they're saying, because everybody has a struggle. I think that's saying basically, even though you are that size, you can still be looked at as a beautiful person, right? Because in the Bible says, like, God looks at the heart. There's a lot of people who look down on themselves because they got into a way that they don't feel good about. That doesn't mean they're bad people. Okay, that doesn't mean that they shouldn't have an opportunity to compete, to be a model, to walk down the runway and things like that. That shouldn't be an issue. But this society glorifies, people who go to the gym and eat, things like that. And it's so based on that, right? Without going deeper and getting to know somebody. And because of that, there's a lot of misunderestimating that goes around in people, and that doesn't just happen in like society, it happens in churches too. Complete misunderestimating and looked down on because somebody's size. So it's just a lot of things. We can talk about this forever, so many things, but maybe I'll do a second video. But let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening in the podcast. Have a good day. God bless. Hi, everybody. This is Julissa. I'm here to invite you to my podcast, Julissadesigns, and it can be found on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can join me every day as I make episodes of the latest news, real life stories, and I also share my favorite Bible verse. Hope to see you then. God bless. Everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you want to know more about me, you can always visit www.julissadesigns.com. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.